To get away from the hustle and bustle of Niagara Falls Boulevard, to go into the relaxed atmosphere of the Grapevine Restaurant, with me today, Tom Payne, the most relaxed restaurateur I think I've ever worked with. Welcome, Tom. What are we going to be making today?
We're going to be making our bourbon pork roast, and we're going to start off by braising our pork. Just add some salt and pepper.
It's a beautiful cut of meat. Now, the shank is what part of the animal?
It's the lower part of the leg. It's nice. It has nice marbleization running through it. And then when we roast it, after we braise it, that'll all come together, it'll cook down, and it'll make it wonderfully tender.
Sounds good. Let's get it on the stove.
All right, now we're going to take it over to the stove.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll turn our burner up on high.
Okay, you want to use a nice high heat, because if you get a nice high heat, the meat will sear. It'll seal all those flavors inside the pork shank and all that love and goodness.
Yes, Marco, the idea of the braising is, as you know, to sear the outside of the meat before we put it into the oven, seal in all the juices, help it caramelize.
Right.
Then when we put it in the oven,
and then you're going to save that juice that's in there, and we're going to deglaze the pan with our bourbon sauce afterwards. You can see how fast that it browns. It doesn't take very long. You just want to get that nice crust on the outside so that the color starts to change.
All right, it's got nice caramelization on it now. We'll put it onto a pan, and we're going to roast it in the oven. Now, we slow roast this for 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yep.
Stay tuned, folks. 6 hours of roasting.
All right, now that the pork's in the oven, we're going to deglaze the pan. That's going to take any of the juices from the meat that are in the pan, stuck to the pan. We're going to take that and we're going to deglaze it with bourbon, okay?
Now be careful when you're deglazing your pan with bourbon or any kind of alcohol. Make sure you regulate your heat and make sure your pan isn't scalding hot, because if it is, it could cause a flame.
Then we're going to add some brown sugar to this.
The brown sugar gives it that caramel flavor that everybody just loves. It gives it a little sticky, gooey goodness. Am I right?
Yep. We're going to whisk that in a little bit more, and then we're going to reduce this. So we're going to take it from this liquid texture of bourbon, and then we're going to cook it down so that it's more like a syrup.
Nice.
Okay? This is probably going to take about 10 minutes or so.
Pork loves when you put it with something sweet.
Sweet.
It picks up all the flavors together, and by roasting it, you're bringing out the natural sugars of the meat, bringing out the natural sugars in the pan, the bourbon, and everything together is just going to be, I can't wait.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's a great dish. While our bourbon sauce is reducing and our pork is roasting, we'll start getting the sides ready.
Okay.
We're going to, first we're going to clean up our broccoli a little bit.
All right, this is a common side that you serve at the restaurant?
Yes.
Speaking of the restaurant, friendliest staff I think I've ever encountered. And it was so casual and so comfortable there. Being in the restaurant business, you're always going, always in a rush. But when I walked into the Grapevine Restaurant, those beautiful aquariums were so tranquil and just relaxing that I just, I didn't fall asleep, but I enjoyed the food. It was just the greatest experience. It was so relaxing. The food was great. The staff was the friendliest I've encountered.
Thank you so much. We hire really happy people, and then we teach them how to be great servers.
Right.
Do you want to put that into the boiling water for me? Earlier today, we boiled some potatoes, which now we're going to mash.
But we're restaurant guys, Tom. We don't have a masher or a mixer available, so we're going to show you how it's done in the restaurant style. So show us what you got.
We can just use a metal spoon. That'll work just fine.
It's all good.
We'll just mash them down. Leave the skins right in there. It gives a nice look, and it gives some additional flavor. Then we're just going to add some salt, some pepper.
And the red potatoes are so creamy when they boil. They make excellent mashed potatoes.
We'll add some butter. And then you can mash these up however you want. You don't need to get them real soft, or some people like them chunky. We leave them a little bit chunky. Gives them a real natural flavor and natural look. People know we made them from scratch. Okay, Marco, now that the bourbon sauce is the right texture, see how it cooked all down? It's like almost like syrup now.
Oh, that's nice.
The pork should be just about ready.
Okay.
And let's put this thing together. I'm sure you're anxious to eat it.
I am. I can't wait. Grapevine Restaurant, 2545 Niagara Falls Boulevard, Amherst. Oh, man. That's new American casual.
Top quality food at casual prices. I'm Tom Payne. Come dine with me.